Hey everyone, how's everyone doing tonight? Good, good. I'm Alex, and tonight we're going to talk about the weird, wild, wonderful world of family gatherings. Now, before we dive in, I gotta ask, how many of you here have in-laws? Raise your hand if you've ever survived a family gathering where you didn't lose your mind. Yeah, I didn't think so. You know, when you first meet your significant other's family, everything is like a Disney movie. You're like, oh my God, they're so sweet, they love me. But then 6 months in, you're like, who the hell are these people? I swear, in-laws are like fine wine. They don't get better with age, they just get more complicated. Here's the thing, right? Every family has one of those relatives who just doesn't get it. You know the one. They show up to family gatherings like they're the star of a reality show. Like they've been cast on The Real Housewives of Suburbia or something. That's my uncle. Let's call him Greg. Greg is the guy who shows up every Thanksgiving with a different, unique recipe, and it's always a disaster. Last year, he made cranberry sauce with raisins in it. Raisins. I'm like, Greg, you've been alive long enough to know that raisins are just wrinkled grapes, right? They're not supposed to be in anything other than oatmeal, or those sad trail mix bags you get on the airplane. But let's talk about my in-laws for a second. You know how when you first meet someone's family, you try to be polite, right? You're like, oh, I love your mom's casserole. And in your head, you're thinking, who the hell put so much cream of mushroom soup in a dish? This is some kind of crime against food. But you smile, take the bite, and say, delicious. What's in this? And your mother-in-law gets that proud look on her face like she just discovered fire. And you're thinking, it's definitely a mistake, whatever it is. Something's burning, but it's not in the oven. And don't even get me started on family photos. Oh my God, the in-law family photo. You know those pictures where everyone has to gather around like it's the most important thing that's ever happened? And you're standing there trying to look happy, but your face is just like, I'm not sure if I'm part of the family or an accidental guest at a wedding. They're all like, smile, Alex, smile for the camera. And I'm over here like, I'm trying to, but I'm pretty sure I just ate an entire gallon of mashed potatoes, and my stomach is holding a protest right now. But no, really, the holidays are the best time to really get to know your in-laws. They come out of the woodwork. You know how you start off with your partner's family by going to like a small dinner or a casual get-together, and you're like, hey, this isn't so bad. And then the next thing you know, it's Thanksgiving dinner, and you're expected to show up to their house at 3 p.m., and you have no idea that there's going to be 47 people there, most of whom you've never met before. I remember my first big family gathering with my girlfriend's family. I show up, and it's just chaos. People yelling, kids running around, everyone talking over each other. I'm trying to blend in, trying to look like I've been doing this for years, but I'm also standing there holding a glass of wine like, am I allowed to drink this, or is that a trap? And then my girlfriend's aunt, who's just a little too friendly, comes up to me and says, so, Alex, what do you do for a living? And I freeze. Now, you know when you're in a room full of strangers and you just want to sound impressive? So I'm like, oh, I'm in marketing. And she looks at me like, what kind of marketing? And I'm like, I market products, you know, like things. She just nods and walks away. And I'm standing there like, what just happened? Did I just get outsmarted by an ant? And every time you try to leave a family gathering early, it's like the whole family's an organized crime syndicate. You can't just leave without some kind of interrogation. Where are you going, Alex? Don't you want another plate of food? You know you're always welcome here. Are you sure you're okay? And it's like, I'm fine. I just need to get some air. And you try to make an exit, but your mother-in-law is already circling you like a hawk, making sure you don't slip away with a single finger food. She's like, I made that pie with my own 2 hands. You're taking at least one slice, and you're going to like it. And then there's the awkward thank you when you leave. You ever had that moment where you've been at someone's house all day, stuffing your face, and then it's time to go? And you're like, thanks for everything. I had a great time. But you're already halfway out the door, trying to avoid eye contact because you definitely fell asleep for 20 minutes on the couch. Yeah, we all know what I'm talking about. Let's not forget about the helping part of the gathering. You know when your mother-in-law asks you, can you help set the table, Alex? You're like, sure, I'd love to. But then you end up in the kitchen, looking at 75 different types of silverware, trying to figure out what the hell goes with what. And it's like, I just wanted to help, but now I feel like I'm on an episode of Survivor Family Edition. You've got Aunt Carol, the bossy one, telling you exactly how to fold the napkins, and your father-in-law, who thinks he knows everything, telling you that the salad forks go on the left, but only if the soup bowls are at the correct angle. And speaking of angles, let's talk about the seating arrangements at family gatherings. Why is it that at every family gathering, there's this invisible hierarchy of where you're supposed to sit? Like, why is it always a big deal who sits next to who? Oh, no, Alex, don't sit there. That's where your sister-in-law sits. She'll get upset if you sit there. And I'm just over here like, I didn't know I signed up for a game of musical chairs. I just want to sit and eat. Is that too much to ask? But let's be honest. We all know family gatherings can be a little much. In-laws can drive you crazy. But at the end of the day, you love them. Because hey, if you can survive Thanksgiving dinner with them without causing an international incident, then you're probably going to be just fine. So next time you find yourself at a family gathering, take a deep breath, grab a drink, and remember, you're not the only one questioning what's going on. They're probably wondering why you're still sitting at the table too. So here's to surviving in-laws, surviving awkward conversations, and surviving the food coma at the end of the night. Thanks for listening, folks. Enjoy the rest of your night.